What is up, Trends fam? Get ready to dive into the absolute latest, the freshest drops from the digital universe. The news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and we've got the must-know updates that are shaping your world. From game-changing tech innovations to connectivity conundrums, buckle up because we're breaking it all down, fast and furious. You do not want to miss what's next. Let's get into it. First up, Google's pushing the boundaries of mobile display tech with some seriously smart upgrades designed to make your screen experience smoother and easier on the eyes than ever before. We're talking about enhancements that go beyond just brighter or dimmer, delving into how your phone adapts to you. Get ready for a deep dive into what this means for your daily scroll. Next, remember that beloved feature that made your phone's display perfectly match its surroundings? Well, it's back, baby. Google is bringing a fan-favorite display technology out of retirement and into the latest lineup, promising a more natural and comfortable viewing experience. We've got all the details on this exciting comeback. Then, are you experiencing a communications blackout? Many users are reporting that a key messaging service, designed to be the future of texting on Android, has suddenly stopped working in several regions. We're investigating the widespread outages and what it means for your conversations. And finally, get ready to level up your online presence. Google is revamping its gaming platform, making your profile and achievements a whole lot more public. Think social media for your high scores. We'll explore what this means for gamers and how your stats will be shared. Stay tuned for all the essential info. Don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and smash that like button so you never miss an update from Google Trends Hub. Pixel 10 display gets a smarter dimming upgrade. Google's latest Pixel 10 series is here, and while the hardware might seem familiar on the surface, the company has packed in some significant software enhancements, particularly for the display. The focus this year isn't on radical redesigns or entirely new screen technology, but rather on refining the user experience, making the phone more comfortable and intuitive to use. Key among these upgrades are features like adaptive tone and a significantly improved PWM dimming rate, both aimed at reducing eye strain and enhancing visual comfort, especially during prolonged use. One of the most talked about changes is the overhaul of the Extra Dim feature. Originally introduced with Android 12 in 2021, Extra Dim was designed as an accessibility tool to make smartphone screens even dimmer than their lowest hardware brightness setting. It achieves this by manipulating the red, green, and blue pixel data before it's rendered on the display, effectively reducing the intensity of colors and making the overall image appear darker without actually lowering the screen's physical brightness. This was particularly useful for users who found even the minimum brightness setting too bright in very dark environments, like when using their phone in bed at night. However, accessing Extra Dim on previous Pixel models typically involved digging into the accessibility settings or adding a shortcut to the Quick Settings panel. The catch? Users had to remember to manually turn it off when they no longer needed it. This often led to people forgetting to disable it during the day, resulting in a screen that was unnecessarily dim and harder to see in brighter conditions. Google has clearly heard this feedback, and their solution for the Pixel 10 is both elegant and practical, integrating Extra Dim directly into the main brightness slider. Now, when you slide the brightness all the way down to its absolute minimum, Extra Dim automatically activates. Conversely, the moment you nudge the slider upwards, Extra Dim deactivates. This seamless integration means users no longer need to toggle a separate setting. Since adjusting screen brightness is a frequent action for most people throughout the day, the chances of accidentally leaving Extra Dim on are drastically reduced. Google had been experimenting with this integrated approach for over a year, even showcasing it in early previews for the Pixel 9 series running Android 16. However, it was notably absent from the stable release of Android 16. With the Pixel 10 launch, this highly anticipated feature has finally made its public debut. Many new Pixel 10 users are reporting a notification that pops up during setup, stating, "Extra Dim is now part of the brightness slider," and informing them that existing Extra Dim shortcuts are being removed. While this enhanced Extra Dim functionality is currently exclusive to the Pixel 10 series, there's a strong possibility it could be extended to older Pixel devices through a future software update. Google's earlier testing on the Pixel 9 suggests it's not a hardware-prohibitive feature. The delay might stem from the need for updated display driver implementations, which may not be universally available for older models yet. If this improved accessibility feature does arrive on older Pixels, Google Trends Hub will be sure to keep you informed. The integration of extra dim into the brightness slider is a prime example of Google focusing on user experience and accessibility, making a highly useful feature far more convenient and intuitive for everyday use. Users are already praising the change for its simplicity and effectiveness in reducing eye strain without the hassle of manual toggling. But that's not all the Pixel 10 has to offer in display innovation. Next, we're diving into a familiar feature, making a triumphant return to the Pixel phone lineup. Pixel 10 revives fan-favorite display feature. Ambient EQ returns as adaptive tone. The Pixel 10 series is making waves not just with its performance, but with thoughtful enhancements to the viewing experience. While the hardware sees solid upgrades, including the welcome addition of integrated Qi 2 magnets for easier wireless charging, the software side is where Google is really focusing on user comfort. Beyond the improved extra dim, the Pixel 10 introduces adaptive tone, a feature designed to make your screen look and feel more natural in any environment. Adaptive tone, located within the display and touch settings, works by dynamically adjusting the display's color temperature. It leverages the phone's built-in ambient light and color sensor to analyze the surrounding lighting conditions. Based on this analysis, it subtly shifts the display's white balance to better match the ambient color temperature. The goal is to ensure that the colors you see on your screen remain consistent and true to life, regardless of the lighting. For example, in a room with warm, yellow-toned lighting, adaptive tone will subtly warm up the screen's white balance, preventing it from looking unnaturally blue. Conversely, in cool, blue-toned daylight, it will adjust to prevent the screen from appearing too yellow. This concept might sound familiar to many, as it's a technology that has been adopted across the tech industry. Apple has its True Tone display technology, and Samsung offers a similar adaptive color tone feature on its devices. What's particularly interesting is Google's own history with this type of display adaptation. Their Nest Hub smart displays have long featured Ambient EQ, a similar technology that adjusts screen warmth based on ambient light. Even Google's own Pixel phones have experimented with this before. The Pixel 4, released in 2019, included a feature very much like Ambient EQ. However, Google controversially removed this functionality starting with the Pixel 5, and it remained absent for several generations. While the feature did make a brief reappearance on the 2023 Pixel tablet, its return to the core Pixel phone lineup with the Pixel 10 marks a significant comeback after a 5-year hiatus. As reported earlier this year, Google officially reintroduced this functionality, rebranding it Adaptive Tone for the Pixel 10 series. According to Google's own support documentation, the feature is available across all Pixel 10 models and operates essentially the same way as the original Ambient EQ did on the Pixel 4. This means users can expect a more natural viewing experience, with colors that adapt to their surroundings, reducing eye strain and improving overall visual comfort. In addition to adaptive tone, the Pixel 10 also includes a new setting aimed at optimizing the display for users who are sensitive to screen flicker, further enhancing its appeal to a wider range of users seeking a better visual experience. This return of Ambient EQ, now as adaptive tone, is a welcome move for Pixel fans who appreciated the feature on older models, and for those seeking a more comfortable, natural viewing experience on their new devices. It's a testament to Google listening to user feedback and reintroducing a beloved, practical feature. But what happens when the very tools designed to connect us hit a snag? We're seeing widespread reports of a crucial messaging service going offline for many users across the globe. RCS service disruption. Millions of Android users face messaging blackout. Rich Communication Services, or RCS, is widely touted as the future of texting for Android users, promising an enhanced, iMessage-like experience with features such as read receipts, typing indicators, and higher quality media sharing. Even Apple has committed to supporting RCS in the future. However, despite its growing adoption, RCS has abruptly ceased functioning for a significant number of users in various regions since early August. This widespread disruption is leaving many Android users unable to utilize this modern messaging standard, reverting them to basic SMS. Reports of the outage have flooded online forums, particularly Reddit and Google's official support pages. Users from countries including Kenya, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and several other parts of East Africa are detailing how their Google Messages app, which previously showed chat features enabled, now displays a carrier not supported error message. Speculation among users points to two primary causes. Either Google has intentionally removed certain carriers from its Jibe service infrastructure, the platform that powers RCS for many users, or mobile operators themselves are actively blocking the service. The exact reason remains unclear, but the impact is significant. Adding to the confusion, Google's product experts responding to user complaints on support forums have often deflected responsibility, suggesting that carriers must take action to restore service. This implies that Google is not actively intervening to fix the issue on its end, placing the onus on mobile network providers. One user from Bangladesh reported that RCS has been completely unavailable since mid-August, irrespective of their carrier. Similarly, a user in Pakistan described the same problem occurring immediately after a Google Messages update. These responses suggest a systemic issue rather than isolated incidents. Several theories are circulating about the root cause. One prominent explanation is that Google may have scaled back or entirely withdrawn its Jibe service in these specific regions. If Google is no longer providing the backend infrastructure, carriers would be compelled to implement and support RCS independently. In markets where SMS messaging is still a significant revenue stream for operators, there might be little financial incentive to transition users to the free RCS alternative. Furthermore, in countries where alternative messaging apps like WhatsApp hold a dominant market share, carriers may see minimal benefit in investing in RCS support, especially if it doesn't directly correlate with increased revenue or user retention. The lack of official communication from Google regarding these disruptions has only amplified user frustration. The sudden loss of functionality for a service positioned as the next evolution of mobile messaging leaves many feeling abandoned and disconnected. The inability to send or receive rich messages, especially when relying on it for essential communication, can be a significant inconvenience. This situation highlights the complexities of deploying a universal messaging standard and the dependency on both platform providers and mobile carriers to ensure seamless operation. Users affected by this RCS outage are understandably seeking answers and solutions. The current situation underscores the need for greater transparency from Google and a clearer strategy for ensuring the consistent availability of RCS services across all supported regions. Until then, many Android users are left in a messaging limbo, unable to fully utilize the features they were promised. As we navigate these communication challenges, a different kind of digital identity is about to get a major public makeover. Get ready for a significant shift in how gamers connect and share their achievements online. Google Play Games goes social, profiles to become public with new features. Google is rolling out a significant update to its Play Games platform, fundamentally changing how user profiles function. Starting September 23rd, Google Play Games profiles will be enhanced with new social features, making gaming stats, milestones, and progress visible to other players. This move aims to foster a more connected and interactive gaming community within the Google Play ecosystem, drawing parallels to established social gaming platforms. Currently, Google Play Games profiles exist, but they are relatively obscure and primarily serve to display a user's unlocked achievements. The upcoming update, however, promises to bring these profiles to the forefront, incorporating a suite of new social features. While Google's official descriptions are somewhat vague on the specifics of these new social elements, the overall direction strongly suggests an integration similar to what platforms like Steam offer. On Steam, user profiles are easily accessible to friends and the wider community, showcasing played games, current gaming activity, and detailed achievement progression, creating a rich social tapestry for gamers. The update is set to be rolled out automatically to most global users beginning September 23rd. Users in the UK and European Union will see the changes implemented slightly later, on October 1st. Google has communicated these changes via email to users, detailing the transition. The email explains that updated profiles will include gaming stats and milestones from games you've installed from Google Play and new social features. It also emphasizes that these profiles and related features will be more readily accessible within Google Play, streamlining the discovery of gaming offerings. To power these new features and services, Google will be collecting more extensive data on user game activity, such as which games are played and at what times. This data will be utilized not only to enhance the gaming profile experience, but also to improve the overall Google Play gaming ecosystem. As is standard practice, game developers will continue to receive information about user profiles and in-game activity, including achievements and progress, to help them refine their games, subject to their respective privacy policies. Developers may also send data to Google about player activity within their games, such as achievements earned and game progression milestones. Crucially, Google has stated that existing profile visibility settings will be carried over as the default for updated profiles. For instance, if a user's current profile is set to visible to everyone, their enhanced profile with new social features will also default to public visibility. Users are encouraged to review and adjust their profile visibility settings via a provided link. The update is automatic, meaning no user action is required to receive the new features, although managing privacy settings is recommended. Users also retain the ability to delete their Play Games profile entirely from their Google account at any time, or even delete their entire Google account, which would naturally remove all associated data. This shift towards public, social gaming profiles on Google Play signals Google's intent to bolster its presence in the gaming social sphere, creating a more engaging environment for its users. The move is expected to increase player interaction, encourage friendly competition, and provide a more robust platform for showcasing gaming accomplishments. And that wraps up our deep dive into today's biggest tech stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Pixel 10 smartens up its display with integrated extra dim. Google brings back the beloved Ambient EQ feature as adaptive tone on the Pixel 10. RCS messaging is facing widespread outages in several regions, frustrating Android users. Google Play Games profiles are going public with new social features starting next week. Loved this breakdown? Then smash that like button, subscribe to Google Trends Hub for all your essential tech updates, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the know. Got thoughts on these stories? Drop a comment below and let us know. And for even more, follow us on all our social channels. We'll see you in the next one.